Sorry.
How's them dying?
It's my understanding that some information has previously been disclosed by someone outside of the LAPD in the investigation. We will not comment at this point on the cause of death.
How were they close?
Do you know Mr. Goldman's relation to?
I don't know precisely the relationship. Obviously, there is some relationship.
Did Mr. Simpson know Mr. Goldman? No, welcome.
I can't tell you that.
Do you have any reason to believe that the homicides occurred at the condominium?
I'm not going to get into the specifics on any evidence that was discovered. No.
Commander, can you confirm whether or not O.J. Simpson was in Los Angeles at the time the murders were committed?
No, I will not address that at this point. We'll let the detectives make a determination of what all the facts are, and at the appropriate time, if we should comment further, we will. And obviously, if there's an arrest in this case, we will be discussing the arrest.
Has anybody been charged formally?
No, sir.
Has anyone besides Simpson been questioned?
That's the last question.
Has anyone besides Simpson been questioned today?
Well, obviously, we will be interviewing everyone that we think is even remotely associated with this case, and that would include any other potential witness. And I would hasten to add that everyone is a witness at this point. No one has been arrested. No one has been charged. Thank you very much.
So that is live from Commander David Gascon, giving us the very latest that police are releasing on this investigation, which is not much, other than to say that detectives are pleased that they will have evidence to lead to an early resolution of the case, which certainly would lead us to believe that they are further along in gaining a suspect than just a random killing at this time. So that is the latest from Parker Center. Bob and Tricia, back to you.
Drew, he made a very interesting statement regarding asking the media reporters not to contact any witnesses. That leads me to perhaps believe that there are witnesses perhaps that have already been talked to by other reporters and may be impeding the investigation.
Well, there are a lot of witnesses, what they did earlier in the day, what led up to it. Did she go to a restaurant, as we were reporting earlier, that Nicole Simpson was at a Brentwood restaurant? All of these are the witnesses I believe police are talking about. We also talked to a few neighbors earlier today who heard gunshots or maybe heard a dog barking. It's hard to say, other than police want to make sure their evidence is pure, it is not tainted by any questions from the media. Again, that is my guess, Tricia, as to whether or not there was an actual witness to this crime. I really would not be able to say at this time.
All right, Drew. All right, one of the interesting things is that they're not letting him off the hook as yet, because Gascon said that they're not ruling O.J. Simpson out as a suspect in this case. We'll just have to wait and see.
He talked to the people he had the business commitments with. He told them something personal and tragic had come up and he had to leave Chicago. He then left the hotel he just checked into, went back to the airport in Chicago, and flew back to Los Angeles. So there was really nothing unusual in the business world about what he did. Red eyes are used, as you and I know, on a regular basis.
So the police obviously, through friends, found out where he was?
Correct.
What did the police ask him about today, sir? You were there.
I was not present during a good part of the interview. I think it would be inappropriate to comment on what they discussed and what he was interviewed about. All I can say is O.J. and I hope somehow we provided some bits and pieces to allow them to catch whoever it was that committed these crimes.
Howard, can you shed any light on reports that we were all getting this morning about so-called incriminating evidence found at O.J.'s house in Brentwood Park on Rockingham there?
Paul,
possibly blood on the driveway?
The only light I can shed on it is I've heard the same rumors that you've heard. Law enforcement has not made me privy to any of that information at all, so I can't tell you what, if anything, they found and if it has anything to do with the crime or something else.
All right, Howard Weitzman, thank you for being with us on a very busy night for you. Thank you again.
Pleasure.
Jess, back to you in the studio.
All right, Paul, thank you.
Okay, Paul, thank you. Obviously, we'll have more on the Simpson murder investigation as events warrant, and also certainly at 11 o'clock tonight.